He's planning something for you. He's planning something for you. Think about now, just briefly, just think about what happened with Yusuf alayhi salam. Because for all human beings, whenever we have terrible experiences, the question that eats away at us, that the devil uses is, why? Why did this happen to me? Why did I have to go through this? Why me? Why did I deserve this? Listen to or think about what Allah did with Yusuf alayhi salam. Yusuf alayhi salam, as a child, he was wronged. Every child is innocent, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So a child didn't deserve that. Isn't that true?
Mm-hmm.
As an adult, he was imprisoned. Was he innocent?
Yes.
So he didn't deserve that either. These are horrible experiences, right? Now, after years of being separated from his dad, after years of being separated from his family, after years spent in prison, finally he comes out. And when he comes out, he interprets a dream. And because of that interpretation, he's nominated and he appoints himself. He actually nominates himself and suggests himself as, you can call it, the Minister of Finance, okay, for the government. And when he becomes the Minister of Finance, he says, this is how we're going to do the farming. This is how we're going to save food for 7 years. So 7 years are going to be good, 7 years are going to be bad. So the good years will save extra. So when the time goes bad and we don't have any food left and the waters run dry in the rivers, we still have food. We won't starve. And eventually, when the starvation years started, people started coming to the government for food supplies. That's when he reunited with his family, right?
Yes.
Eventually, he reunited with his family. Now, let's imagine for a moment that Yusuf alayhi salam never saw a dream. His brothers never took him in a well. He never went to prison. Everything was okay. Everything was just fine. Allah knew that a drought is coming. And when a drought is coming, food's going to run out. And when food runs out, hundreds of thousands of families are going to have children dying. Thousands of kids are going to die. Why? Because there's not going to be any what? There's not going to be any food. There's not going to be one parent crying because they lost a child. There's going to be hundreds, thousands of parents crying because they lost kids. Allah saved so many families through the suffering of Yusuf alayhi salam. All of that he went through, he saved so many lives as a result. None of that could have happened if Allah didn't put him through that. Sometimes, what I'm trying to get at is, sometimes your suffering means Allah will bring from it more good than you could have ever imagined for yourself. Maybe it's bigger, it's not just good for you, it's good for others. And that in the end is also a good for you. All that reward, like the famous ayah of Quran about someone, man ahyaha faka'annama ahya an-nasa jami'a. Whoever saves a life is like they saved all of humanity. The reward of saving all of humanity. Imagine the kind of reward Yusuf alayhi salam is getting for putting himself in that position, for suffering through those years. What I'm trying to get at then, once again, for all of us, is we have to think about our trials as just part of a journey. The architect of this story is Allah. The architect of every negative experience is Allah. And at the end of all of those negative experiences is something positive. Something is waiting at the end. Maybe you'll see it in your lifetime. Maybe it'll come out after your lifetime. That's possible too. That's very easily possible. One of the most commonly used English translations of the Quran is the Yusuf Ali translation. For a long time. It's like a little bit biblical English, but very commonly used English translation of the Quran. This man died homeless. He died homeless. Like, he was penniless when he died. Nobody knew that he had died. And you would think that he died a failure. Yet so many people in the West were introduced to the Quran because of his translation. And he's reaping the benefits of that well after he's gone. So don't underestimate the value of the good that you do, and don't underestimate the loss of stopping doing good. Don't become jaded because of other people. Don't develop a hard heart because of other people. These are small things. They're just small trials. The Arabs have a saying, "Kabbirha takbur, saghirha tasghur." Make something a big deal, it will become a big deal. Let something be small, it'll be small. It'll stay small. That's easy to say, it's hard to live by. People get to us. There are some people that really know how to get under our skin, especially family. They know how to get under our skin, and they can take something small and it can feel like it's the end of the world. A few words from them and you can get shaken up. You can get anxiety. You can get panic attacks. You can get very upset, very angry. Anybody else says it, you can handle it. They say it, it just